Today I'm going to show you how to make a star badge. Okay, this is a special one for staying in Europe. Basically, we cut out the bottom of a plastic bottle like this one. See, it has this nice interesting pattern on the bottom here. Stick a pin on it, cut out the in from sparkling and stick that on the front. Simple. Okay, easy. Right, we start off with our water bottle and just slice off the plastic label, and we'll keep that for later over there, and cut the bottom of the code roughly to start with, and discard that. And at this point, just dry out the bottle. Okay, like so. Okay, we now need to cut round the top of the bottom of the bottle, if that makes any sense. And you kind of want to get it so that this curvy down bit is only down about 3mm, and we need to do that fairly precisely. What you end up with is kind of a flower shape. If you want to make flower badges, you can stop at this point. Okay, so we're going evenly around each of the rising up hummocks. Like so, and we abandon that. And what you end up with is a kind of sort of flower shaped thing. Now, ideally, if you've done it properly, it's pretty even all the way around. Okay. We now need to start cutting out the star shape, and basically you go from the centre of one of the dimmocks towards the centre line, ending up about 5mm from the centre point there. Okay, you need some pretty strong scissors because the plastic in the centre is pretty tough, and we just cut from the centre there in towards the centre of the bottle. Okay, and you'll find that you can just twist those bits off and discard them. And again, working towards our centre. If you want to be really precise, you can of course mark this off beforehand. I prefer just doing it by eye. It gives a much more random nature to the star. Okay, twist that bit off, like so, round and in towards the centre. Just find that is judging this little distance here will give you a more even star. These have 5 dimmocks on the bottom. Dimmocks? I think I've made up the word dimmock. Dimply bits on the bottom, so you end up with a 5-pointed star. Okay, almost finished. 2 more cuts. There. In there. In towards centre, and this is rather an interesting result. A rather lopsided star, but you can see the general principle there. Okay. In fact, it's a bit rubbish, but the other ones I've done looked much more star-like. I like the... Now, what we need to do now is, abandon the scissors, is to be able to stick the pin on the back of here, we need to get rid of this raised up lump on the centre here. Now this is a bit tricky. I need to use a drill, using a small drill, starting off with about 3mm drill bit. Very carefully drill into the centre, making sure that you don't actually go all the way through. Or 3 fingers. So the idea here is to just remove that raised bit, because we need to stick a drawing pin onto the back of here using a bit of super glue. What I'll do is a pilot hole, take that drill out, and then moving up to a much larger one, which I think is about 8mm. Put that in more. So, my assistant has just come in with another bottle for next process. Thank you, assistant. Put that over there for the next one. And now we have to use the larger drill to kind of make not a hole, but more like a kind of sort of dent, which we use the pilot hole, drill slowly, and we just keep going. It's quite thick, the centre here, but it is quite easy to go all the way through, which is not the desired effect. Okay, there's still a bit raised up on that side. This is the most complicated, tricky bit of the process. It's worth taking a little bit of time over it. Ouch. Try not to drill through your finger. Okay, I think that's just about that enough. Get the drawing pin, see if that looks like that's going to be able to stick in the centre. Yes. Now get a tube of super glue. Being very careful not to stick this to ourselves. Put a little bit of glue in the centre. Maybe a blob of glue in the centre of the drawing pin, like so. I need the glue again in a minute. And position the pin in the centre of the star. Now, ideally, you keep this pressed down for at least 30 seconds. Okay. Let me just check that that's central on that side, which it is. We leave that to set. You can of course use any plastic bottle for this. I particularly like the green Saskia bottles just because of the colour of them and the fact that the label has sparkling on a transparent background, which means it becomes quite easy to do the next stage. Right, you probably should have left that for a little bit longer, but as I'm getting a little bit bored, we'll just place that down there while I do the next stage. The next stage is to cut out the in which comes from sparkling. We just do that carefully with a pair of scissors, like so. Use a different bit of the label from I normally do. Cut that out so we get our little in. Now we need to stick this into the centre of our star. Okay, this again is a question of putting very carefully a couple of little blobs of super glue on here. I'm putting it not. Now you do want to be a little bit careful with this because of the see-through nature of the plastic. It will, and then we just position that in the centre and line it up so it's straight, and just pop it down like so. And that's basically your badge finished. All you need to do then is to get one of these, they're called butterfly backs, which you can order off the internet or you can recycle from old badges, and that will then pop onto the back there like so, and there's your finished in badge. Thank you for watching this, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have fun making your own badges.